Places is what they say. They hella love musicals and they review them all day. It's Jen and Sara, the Broadway Broads of the Bay.
Places!
Hi, I'm Jen.
And I'm Sara, and we're the Broadway Broads. Welcome back!
If you're new here, welcome to
the Broadway Broad Squad.
Make sure that you hit that bell notification, that you subscribe to our channel so that you get all of the updates whenever we do a video.
And if you're not already following us on Instagram, be sure to get over there because periodically we like to ask the Broad Squad what kind of content that they want to see.
Yep.
So that brings us to today's vlog.
Yep. We're kind of tying in our playbills that we've seen of shows on Broadway with a quest that Sara and I have started a couple years back, and that is the Quest for 41. That's all the theaters in the Broadway district.
That's right.
That's our goal.
This is going to be our Quest for 41, the Playbill Collection.
Yeah. So what's really cool is we didn't even know that at the time when we started this Quest for 41 that Up Close, Broadway Up Close has a passport book, and it has all of the theaters that are in the 41. And it's got a stamp that you can go to a kiosk in Times Square and get stamped. Sadly, Sara and I had planned to go get stamped on all of our shows that we've seen, but unfortunately with COVID, we're not able to. But we did find out that they sell the stamp now. So while we go through our playlist, we're going to stamp our passport for the theaters that we've been to.
Yeah, how cool is that? I mean, you get your own Broadway passport, and when the lights are back on, you can go to the kiosk, show your ticket or your playbill, and then get stamped. I mean...
And now we get to do this at home.
Yeah.
So we went on Amazon, bought some really fun little colors, and what we're going to do is we're going to stamp ours. The first time we saw a show there, we're going to stick to one color. So we're going to just go iconic. I think we'll do green since it's green.
That's great.
That's cool. So we're going to go green. And then if we see it at the show, a second show there, we'll do a different color and we'll go that way. So yeah, so let's do it. Are you ready?
Yes. Okay, before we dive into our Quest for 41, be sure to stick with us to the end of the video because your fairy godbrods are going to be giving away some Lights of Broadway cards.
Yes, we are.
All right, let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, first theater for your broads is the Al Hirschfield, where we saw Kinky Boots. So, fun fact for this one is that we were actually scheduled to see Wayne Brady, but due to Storm Jonas, we ended up seeing the understudy or the swing. I'm actually not positive.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But it was Nick Burrows.
And it was his first time doing the role too, right?
Was it?
I think it was.
No, he had covered because I remember he's covered Billy Porter. Like he had been with the show for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was the Al Hirschfield, Kinky Boots.
Yay!
All right, second theater for your broads would be the Ambassador, and that show was Chicago. So this was one actually when Jen and I kind of divided and conquered, and I went and saw Chicago at the Ambassador.
Okay. So it's not going to dry, so maybe we won't stamp every single time because I'm so particular about
Right, you don't want it to bleed over.
So, yeah, but that will be fun, so I'll go back and stamp those. So we're going to go green with the whole first show seeing at that one.
Yep.
That theater. Okay.
So the next theater for your broads is the Booth Theater, and this is the Boys in the Band. We have two shows for this theater, right? And American Son. Yeah, so Boys in the Band is one that I saw. I went to New York on my way to see Nicole for her 40th birthday, and I stopped in and saw the Boys in the Band. And then we all saw American Son.
We saw the final performance of American Son, we sat in the second row. And
we were left speechless. It was a
you
really
guys,
amazing
if you have
show.
Netflix, it's on Netflix. The actual play is on Netflix.
Check it out.
I highly recommend you
Don't
check it
miss out.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next theater for your broads was the Broadway Theater, where we saw King Kong. And let me tell you, what a spectacle.
Yeah,
I mean, that puppet was
really
just
cool.
something amazing. Breathtaking.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm glad we got to see it.
Yep. Next theater for your broads is the Brooks Atkinson, and this is Waitress. And actually, we've been seen multiple times.
Yes.
We saw it together, and then one of those times we divided and conquered. Jenny saw it with...
I saw it with Shoshana and Jeremy.
Jordan.
The first time we saw Kiala, we saw the original cast. We saw Kiala
in the front row too.
Front row.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, next theater for us is the Circle in the Square, and we have a couple shows actually here.
Yeah.
So the first one we saw was Fun Home.
Oh. Oh, we saw original cast.
Yeah, we did.
Of that one.
Yep. And then we saw In Transit. Yep, that was the one that had the conveyor belts. You know how we feel about that.
Rods love a good conveyor belt. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
And then the most recent show that we've seen there is Once on This Island. That was the revival, of course, with Alex Newell, with Leah Salonga, with Norm Lewis, and your broads got to see that cast.
Yeah,
so
that was really
very
that
special.
Was really, really cool. We saw that with Chris, and we saw it with another Lights of Broadway collector, David.
Oh, that's right.
Really,
yeah. That's
really,
absolutely
really
right.
cool.
Next one is the Ethel Barrymore. Oh, this is the band's visit, you guys.
Man.
This was a sleeper for us. We did. This was not on our radar. We sort of got tickets last minute. You found them front row, as you do. And we were blown away.
I'm so excited that we got to see the show.
Yeah.
Like, it was incredible.
With the original
and
cast.
the original cast is all original cast. Like, I fangirled out on this one big time.
I mean, rightfully so. It was really
so
a moving show.
So
yeah. Next theater for your broads is the Gerald Schoenfeld. And this is Come From Away. What a lovely show.
Yes.
I mean,
and another Lights of Broadway collector, Babs, she's the one that first told me about the show. And I am so glad that we saw it. We are absolutely Islanders for sure.
I mean, it's really a magical show. It's kind of one of those that I think everybody can see, even those that aren't huge theater fans. It's just a really, really well done
You got
show.
a sweatshirt from this one, right?
I did, it says I am an Islander on the back. Yeah, loved it. Okay, next one for us is the Imperial Theater, and we've seen multiple shows there as well. The first one that we saw was The Great Comet.
Got to see the original cast, Great Comet. We got to
sit
on the stage. We sat at one of the stationed booth areas. Oh my god.
We were fed. We played instruments. It was
so good.
Very magical theater experience.
It's one show that I actually wish that I did listen to the soundtrack before. I'm a huge fan of the book. I've read the book. I wish that I would have listened to it, but we saw it, I think, before the cast album was even out. So
yeah.
It wasn't even an option. But this one, I would love to have seen it again.
Yeah, and then the second show at the Imperial is Ain't Too Proud, which
we've seen that twice.
If you know your broads, you know this one's super special to us, and we got to see it twice there at the Imperial.
Yep. That's the next one.
Okay, get the next binder, my dear.
Binder, here we go.
So the next one is the Longacre, and this is two shows here. The Bronx Tale.
Yep.
And the Prom.
And the Prom.
For the Bronx Tale, we saw the original cast. We are honored to say that we saw Nick Cordero as Sonny.
Yeah.
And he
was our Earl and waitress first time around
as well. And then of course the Prom, which super special. We got to meet Dory Bernstein, who is one of the creators of the Lights of Broadway cards.
Yep, and producer of the Prom.
Yeah, and just
other things.
All around, I think, special show.
Yes.
Really.
Closed way too soon. We've said that before.
Yep.
Stick to that. Yeah, but it was so good. I remember we all came out bawling and had no idea.
This was a sleeper for us as well. We had no idea what we were going to see and walked away just loving it. I remember that cast album was sort of in the mix for me for a while.
Great theater too.
Yeah.
I love the theater.
Yep. Next one is the Majestic. Phantom of the Opera. So guys, this was a sleeper for us. I mean, both Jen and I, we've seen the show countless times because it was here in the city, right?
San Francisco, yep.
But to see it on Broadway, to see it in the front row, it really was.
That chandelier, there's no other place that will do Masquerade the way they do it on Broadway.
Agreed. Yep.
So definitely worth it. I think we got it for like $89.
Yeah, and it was a Thursday matinee. That's really what got us there. It filled that spot. And we're so happy it did.
If you need a Thursday spot filled, go see Phantom. It's so good.
Yeah. Next one is the Marquee, the Marriott Marquee, and this is where we saw Tootsie. Not our favorite theater. We're just going to keep it real. It kind of felt like casino
or a casino. Yes, absolutely.
But show was fine. But just not our favorite theater. It doesn't give you the feel of old Broadway the way some of the other ones do.
Right.
Okay, next one is the Minskoff, and this is Saturday Night Fever. This goes back to the archives, right?
Yes, this is old school, and actually Broadway Girl NYC was kind enough to gift this to me because this is so long ago. It was my first trip to New York back in 2000.
Your first Broadway show.
First Broadway show, first Broadway trip to New York, and so that was really cool. Nice to see that one.
Next one is the Music Box Theater, and this is Dear Evan Hansen. Again, another sleeper for your broads. We saw the original Broadway cast. We didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into, and we just
heard, because it was, I think, only on its second week at the Music Box. Like, it had just transferred to Broadway.
Yeah.
And we didn't really know much about it and went in blind and, oh man.
Oh, and came out like hot, like
Yeah.
a mess, but it was just so
Shook,
moving.
as the kids
And
say.
I remember the cast, like 3 people from the cast walked by
Right,
us. It
yeah.
was like hours later,
Right.
and like we noticed them. Of course, we didn't say anything. They were, you know,
yeah.
but that was a little special
Yeah,
moment for us.
that was really cool.
So that was Dear Evan Hansen at the Music Box.
Yep.
The next one is the Nederlander, and that is where we saw Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
And you know, for us, standout was getting to see Andy Carl and Orfeh.
Yeah, and Orfeh, yeah. They're married, if you don't know. I'm sure you know. But
And seeing them do their thing. I mean, Orfeh, man, what a broad. She just
she's so
ass in that
she's
show.
just such a broad.
Yeah.
She really is.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
enjoyed
that was a
that
good
one.
one too. And I liked the theater. I thought it was nicely set up.
Mhm.
And I remember the concession being the second you walk in the door. It was like bam, right there in your face.
Yeah.
Where you buy like all the merch and stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
Next one for us
Next.
is the New Amsterdam Theater, and this is where we saw Aladdin,
Oh.
starring one of our faves, Bay Area born,
JMI.
JMI,
Yeah.
James Emerald Iglehart. So this was also the Storm Jonas trip for us.
Yes.
So we
and
almost missed it.
We did almost miss it. Sadly, we had to give up a different show in order to fit this, but we wanted to see this so bad because JMI was in it, and so we had to give up another show. But happy we did.
Oh,
And I
absolutely.
think we were in the second row.
We were very close, and it
Very
was
close.
not a very packed theater
No, 'cause
because of Storm Jonas.
Yes.
And so we had like room around us. I do remember that.
That was really cool.
Next one for us is the Palace Theater, and this is where we saw SpongeBob the musical. This theater is like smack dab in the middle of like the heart of Times
literally,
Square.
Palace, yeah.
So when you come out of there, it's like, whoa,
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
that was a very fun show.
It was really fun. I got to actually get a selfie taken during the middle of the show. They like tapped me on the shoulder, and I thought it was the person behind me or something. It was one of the actors, and they took a selfie with me in the middle of the
Yes.
show. It was awesome.
So awesome.
So cool.
Okay, the next one is the Richard Rodgers.
Oh, look at all of this.
Yeah, so we have seen Hamilton a few times with the Richard Rodgers. It's definitely close to our hearts. If you've been with us at all, you know what Hamilton means to us. So
We'll just leave it at that.
we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
The next one is the Schubert Theater, and this is where Jen saw Matilda.
And she signed it to me. Leslie signed it to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
so Matilda.
And then your broad saw Hello Dolly. Oh, that was beautiful.
Oh, Bernadette Peters.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
And the Schubert Theater itself,
Yeah.
it felt like it really fit the show.
right there in
and-
Schubert Alley. It was just,
absolutely.
it was awesome.
And the next one is the Samuel J. Friedman Theater, where your broad saw Choir Boy.
Yeah, this was,
Really special.
yeah.
One of Jeremy's Tony nominated performances of the season. One of 2.
So good. So good.
All right, next one for your broads is the Vivian Beaumont, and this one is where we got to see our dear friend Chris make his Broadway debut in
Yeah.
My Fair Lady.
Yep. And you saw this twice. You
Yes.
went on your own
Yep.
to see it, and then we went.
When I
as
saw
well.
Boys in the Band, I
Yeah,
also saw
you
My Fair
that.
Lady.
Yeah. And so Chris did me a solid. I'm a huge Downton Abbey fan, and so he had Hayden write to Jen, "Where the devil are my slippers?" I'm so excited.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
really cool.
Okay, second to last theater that we've gone to is the Walter Kerr, and this is where we saw Hadestown. And you guys, this was another sleeper for us. Like we got it was a Monday night performance. First of all, that which
last
is
week
rare.
previews,
We got the tickets for what?
$99
In the orchestra.
Yeah, $99.
Very good seats.
Yeah.
And we're completely like
Just-
blown away
just,
by
like,
the show.
Yeah. I was not into Greek mythology at all. I wasn't into before the show, and now I'm like a master.
Yeah, I mean,
teach a master class.
it's
on
just so well done, and the
Yeah.
music is
Oh my
just
God.
It was
Yeah.
one of our favorites of that
Yep.
season for sure.
Yep.
And then finally, last on the list for us is the Winter Garden.
Yep.
Where we saw Beetlejuice.
And I will say that this was one of those, the second you walked in the door, another like immersive experience that it just screams. We see why it's such a popular show.
They definitely transformed the Winter Garden
Yes.
into the Nether world.
Yes, they did.
And
Yeah.
so we definitely had a blast.
Yeah.
Had a blast at that show.
So, my broad, that puts us in our book here of how many shows we've seen out of the 41. Our magic number is 21, right? Because we've seen, 20, because we've seen 21.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
And in
that's
some
where we're
cases,
at.
we've been to the theater multiple times,
right?
but
Or I've been to one that you haven't been to, or
right.
vice
But
versa.
collectively,
So, yeah.
our quest for 41, we're at 21.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you guys, if you have seen Broadway theater, I mean, lucky you as in lucky us, let us know what your number is,
Yeah,
right?
I want to know your number
Yeah.
and what shows you've seen. And then comment below if you have not had the opportunity to see a show on Broadway. This is a fun little game.
Mm-hmm.
Comment below with if you could pick any show, past, present, future, to see on Broadway, what's the one show you would see?
Oh, that's good.
I know. What would you say?
Mine is I would like to go back in time and see Ethel Merman's Gypsy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny because I was gonna go back in time. I would see anything that Barbara Streisand was in. That would be
Fair
fun.
enough. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be fun to read.
I
Please
know.
comment
Please,
below.
I want to know any show, past, present, future that you know coming
Yeah.
up. What's the one show?
And
you
even
wanna
if you
see?
you have a Quest for 41 number and you want to throw your dream show that if you could see
Yeah.
past, present, future too, do that too.
Do that.
'Cause that's
I
fun.
so want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
you stuck with us.
Yes, you did.
And we
So
really
you'll be
appreciate it.
rewarded. Yes.
So now it's time for your reward. We are going to go over the Lights of Broadway show cards that we're going to be giving away.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and show the folks at home, the Broadway Broad Squad, the cards, and then we'll let them know what the hashtag is.
Yeah, but why don't we tell them some rules first?
Oh, that's right.
So yeah.
Don't forget, you have to be 18 and over, or at least have mom or dad's permission to email the Broadway Broad Squad with your shipping address, right? So
Yes.
make sure that's cool with mom and dad, and then you can play along, right?
Yep. And then you will come back to this video. We will pick the winners, and the winners will be listed in this video's comments below. And you'll have a week to get an email to us so that we can get the prize in the mail to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sound good?
All right.
All right, so let's go over the goods.
The good. So the first one that we're gonna do is a full pack, and it is the pack from Fun Home.
So we don't even know what's in there. It's sealed,
it's
guys.
like a
This is
sealed,
like a
yeah, kind of cool.
Yeah.
So that's a sealed pack.
complete pack.
The next one is from In Transit. So we saw In Transit on Broadway. So all these are shows that we saw on Broadway. So there's this next one. The next one is from Come From Away, and it is Jen Kalila, and she played Bev.
Oh, she was amazing.
God, she was so good.
Absolutely amazing.
All right, and we're gonna do a duo
Oh, yay.
from Dear Evan Hansen, mother and son. You get the combo of Rachel Bay Jones and Ben Platt.
Ooh, what a great,
That's a
great
good one,
pair.
right?
Yep.
Okay, and then last one, because we are stage doors, or at least I am like a full-on fangirl of the stage door, we're gonna go with the Broadway Con 2017 stage door card. Okay?
Okay, so if you would like to be in the running for these cards, do you want to go over this as well? That's part of it, or is it
Yeah,
do that separately?
we'll do those two. Yeah, we'll do these two. So we have some really cool stickers that we got from the Broadway Up Close walking tour, and we're gonna gift these out too, so that we just pick some extra winners. So there's some really cool stickers. So the hashtag to win these prizes here is hashtag Quest for 41.
And that's Quest 4 and then the number 41.
Yep,
Okay?
we'll have it you'll see it in the description below, but that'll be it.
So you guys,
Yay!
thank you for sticking with us and going through our passport. We can't wait to continue sharing with you once we get back to Broadway and get to continue to stamp these passports.
In the meantime, I'm gonna be stamping. We'll have some cocktails.
We're gonna get
stamping.
that complete.
Yeah.
So again, you guys, be sure to subscribe, right? Because your broads are gonna be giving away Lights of Broadway cards until we run out.
Yep.
Right?
Thank you so much for joining with us. We will see you on the other side.
All right, curtain.
Places is what they say. They hella love musicals and they review them all day. It's Jen and Sara, the Broadway Broads of the Bay.